But yeah, the kittens are fine. They're doing well. They're eating a lot. They're figuring things out. They're exploring, climbing, climbing the cat tree, all that good stuff. The male is very much attached to the female. Uh, we're calling them Ollie for Oliver for the male, and then Dolly for the female. So they're Ollie and Dolly. Dolly is much more independent than Ollie. Ollie sort of wants to know where she is at all times and will start meowing if he doesn't know where she is, calling out for her. I think they're both calling out for their other foster kittens that they were used to. It's like, where'd all our friends go? Where'd all those friends go? So they're just getting used to things right now. It'll take a little while for them to get fully used to everything. Definitely a much bigger world than they're used to as well. And I am out of power poles completely, so let me go get more power poles. Although I guess I should try to have all these buildings placed. Need more buildings too. Need more modules. Out of modules. Out of inserters as well. Lots of inserters being used for this. Of course, it's let's see, it's 2 times 80. It's 160 blue inserters and 80 reds. Also lots of pipe, of course, also getting used for this. When I see that I have this much empty inventory space, I know there's been a bit of building that has been done. So let's go back up, grab more stuff. Now, I don't have the full number of buildings crafted yet. That is the main thing. Ah yes, take away all that. Take away all those things. Up, up, and away! Yes, bring me stuff. Why do I need to move anywhere? What do I need to get rid of? I need to get rid of that. And that. Ah yes, off screen. One very important thing that I did off screen was this. So, as it turns out, I have this train bringing stone into my mall, and it was going into saline water. It was going into gravel. But it wasn't going into any chests to be available on the network. So I needed to put it on my network. Because that was slowing down the Mark II Moss. Of all things, that was slowing down my Mark II Moss production. It wasn't moving. Alright, I've grabbed some things. Let me grab some extra power poles and stuff. At least to throw into the car. Yeah, that should be fine. Grab a thing of those. What should you use as a phenol dump? Besides just burning into ash. I don't know. My vote is always going to be burn it to ashes. The excess phenol. I mean, there really isn't too much use for the phenol outside of what you use it for. There's bakelite for the circuit 2s, bisphenol A, which BPA. The whole thing about having BPA-free plastics. This BPA. This is BPA. Used in epoxy, which epoxy several things. Circuit threes. Circuit threes, yeah, primarily. Nylon recipe, the blood meal nylon recipe, Xylanol used in certain processings, iron, high-grade iron and high-grade nickel in particular, as well as the high-grade coal processing, raw coal processing, bleh, power. You can do You can shove your excess phenol into xylanol into 600C combustion mixture. There's a thing that you can do with excess phenol. It's this recipe, so you're also using iron oxide and methanol. So that's what you can do with your excess phenol. Throw it into xylanol for combustion mixture. Yeah. Like, that's a good idea. Also, it's required for crassilic acid. Crassilic, however the heck you want to say that. Which, yeah, that's for zinc processing and everything that uses Aerofloat 15, which will be your chromium, high grade, and nickel and zinc. Stuffs. So if you're producing an excess amount of phenol, say that you're using the phenol recipe to get the amounts of acetone that you're using that you want to have, and you're ending up with a whole bunch of excess phenol. Outside of just burning the phenol, xylanol power, I guess, is probably the best way. And void the excess xylanol if you aren't able to clear that combustion mixture. Anyhoozle. Stuff. Things. Let's go. Let's continue to build in these 5 minutes before I take my regularly scheduled break at the halfway point. I did not bother looking to see how many pressurized reefs I've built, so I guess I'm not heading back quite yet. Because pressurized reefs, I need them. They were oddly enough limited by the amount of neural processors I have rather than circuit 2s. I had a feeling that would be a thing at some point. Eventually, the circuit 2 production would have to keep up, or would have to be above my production of neural processors. My neural processors are here. They're limited by brains. What? They are limited by brains. Okay. Brains. Brains. Let's see. I'm in the process of doing the lard. I have the guts factory. They're not pulling in on the guts. They're pulling in on the bones? Ah, also, yeah, that too. They're pulling in from there, and that's going to full rendering. Let's not. And let's focus brains. Because the full rendering gives you only a percentage chance of producing the various things on some of the parts. Come on, squeeze. Squeeze through. So yeah, blood is needed Oh, it's all blood and bones. More bones. I do need the blood, though. Tell you what. Let's get rid of all of that nonsense. There's noises when the construction bots pick the stuff up now. What? They make sounds when they pick stuff up now. I think there was also a noise when I did the deconstruction planner over the stuff, too. Alright. Oh, wait, I need the cages. Oh, no, it might have just been this sound from the slaughterhouse itself next door. Anyway. Reefs? Reefs. More reefs. I have 5. I need, like, another 20. Or something like that. Where is the vehicle? Where is my crawdad? Right over there. My glorious, beautiful crawdad, completely immune to all the impact damage. What do I think of the new sound effects? Oh. That's what I heard. So, tabbing. Tabbing. Now has a sound effect too. A lot of stuff that they added the sound effects to really did not need to be added. Frankly, there's stuff that they put in. It's like, why? Why did you don't need this? There's stuff that's very constant noises that you'll hear now that end up more annoying than anything else. Ah, that's my alarm going off, by the way, to say that we've hit the halfway point for the stream. Oh, I guess I ran out of belt too. Oops. Ah, yes, yes, I saw the ISS, the rocket launch, all that happened. I was in a car with kittens at the time, making my way back. Sitting in the back seat, making my way back, looking at kittens during the launch yesterday. But I'm glad that it happened. And as of, an hour ago, would have been the docking with the ISS. So, yeah, that has happened. That has happened now. It's also the halfway point on the stream. And with that, it is time to take a bit of a break. There's more power poles that need to be placed in here. I saw. Let's place these power poles. When I return, I need to finish the logistics on this. Get all of the doohickeys fed with their inputs. I also have to deal with the outputs of the wastewater. So we've got all that. Little bit of pipe logistics. Oh, that's why it wouldn't place. Maybe? Nope. Anyway, I'll be back soon. Short 3-minute break-ish. And I have returned. Welcome back. Let's get to it. I didn't actually pause the game during that, so that extra stuff could get created. That's the excuse we'll use, so that my buildings could keep getting created, and the tech can continue to go through. So yeah, all that stuff. Anyway, we need to get some logistics done on this build. Beautiful, glorious logistics as we just about hit that Machines for Oil Industry 3. That's going to give access to the parts the specialist of small parts. We have moondrops, we have tree seeds, and we have seaweed. So, I'm thinking that the one that's on the closest side here, yeah, that's gonna end up being tree seeds. Two more? Yeah, two more. Alright, tree seeds. Congratulations, you exist. Then it is the seaweed and moondrop. Hello, tech. Thank you for existing. Purple? Purple. I guess it's the stuff here that delayed that for me on that other playthrough. On my off the rails playthrough. Anyway, stuff. What do I want? Rocket fuel, sure. Sure, we'll pick up a rocket fuel next. Okay, this. I'm gonna take the opportunity to move it one tile up over here. That's what I shall do. And it makes it a simple-ish copy-paste. Oops. Just like so. Goes there. Goes there. And technically goes there, but it does not need to be that. It's just, you know, stuff. Stuff and things. Like so. I'm gonna align this. Which means a little realignment. Right there. Send those down, send those down, send those down. That leaves the saline water. It's convenient knowing where that line is right there, because that's going to tell me where I'm bringing in stuff, although I can do that wherever. Oh, right. Yeah, that would be this line. Is it possible to... Yes. Let's make things a little bit simpler. By doing that. And that. And that. Apparently more things. More power poles. Still need to be placed. Well, alrighty then. So now, I can go like that. and it just needs to grab onto the one side, like so. Somehow like so ended up sounding a little bit too much like my dots call word, which I updated very specifically to, you know, not be something that I say very often. It's like, really? Salt water. Oh, right. That would be good. Saline! Go do your thing, Saline. Which means that, these are alive. Yeah, it's gonna very, very slowly fill up these containers. Yeah, we've got our whales. The whales! The whales are living! They're alive. The next thing to do is to clear out the wastewater that will be produced from all of this. I think that's it. Yeah. The benefits of having 8 lines. What am I using them for? This is for lard. This is my lard build. I will be growing these Trit's cubs. These beautiful non-zero amounts of cubs. And then slaughtering them to make lard. That is what they are going to be used for. 321.6 divided by a number just over 4. Okay. 5 sinkholes. 5 beautiful, glorious, wonderful sinkholes shall exist. So, yeah! Our first-ish true aquatic outside of fish and sponges. Our first megafauna. Aquatic megafauna. Alright, that leaves combining these guys onto a line. You can see how I've already picked out my line that I will be drawing. I don't need you to actually be a splitter, but eh. Okay, that's cubs. Next, I need to grow them. They need to grow in the creature chamber. So I have to put down 13 creature chambers, which means totally that I'm placing 14 creature chambers in 2 sets of 7, because these things are pretty big. These things are bigger than the actual aquariums for the Trits. They are bigger than Trits. There. 5, 6, and 7. Five, 6, and 7. One central line for the escape. Alright, and then one input each side. I know I could just do all the logistics on 1 and then, or on 4 and then just copy paste, but eh. Let's make sure I have this actually going the correct direction. Alright, I also need to split, so this needs to get, like, moved back at least one. Whoa, 124. Alright, wherefore art thou? You are there. Take the things. Okay. Pipe. Need all the pipe. You can't keep etching solutions stable? Yeah, that's probably going to be a bit of a perpetual problem until you have a stable supply of lard. Until a stable supply of lard. In particular. Don't know what else might be causing issues there outside of the lard on etching. Okay, then it's just a matter of getting this somewhere up here. It's lard. Yeah, I figured. I figured that it's probably lard that's your issue. Why do you think we're doing a lard factory? One reason among many. But yeah, lard, just augs, just more augs. At that early-ish phase of the game, the ultimate solution is just more augs. Just more augs. Let there be power! They are moving! They are moving! And at first, ultimately, these beautiful trits are going to be used as modules. These are my beautiful modules that are going to be used to fill up the rest of this. Because I need a few of them. A few of them. Just saying, we now have 100. And each of these takes 2, so, you know. I have a few now. See how quickly that was to get even 100 of these modules? Now it'll move even faster. Is that it? That is almost 2 more. That one and that one. And I still need 9. I need 9 more of these pressurized reefs. And then it'll be good. We'll have everything that is required. And that just leaves... That was not the button I wanted to push. That just leaves the slaughterhouses. Huzzah! Slaughterhouses. 33 minimum slaughterhouses. How am I going to put 33 slaughterhouses? Arrange them. / 34. 34 slaughterhouses. Well, see, slaughterhouses are the exact same size as these things, the creature chambers. They are precisely the same size. I could do up to this length, so 10 is reasonable. 12? I don't know, what's 34 divided by 8? Not good. 34 divided by 6. 34 over 7. 34 over 12. Oh, that's why. So 34 is double a prime. That's slightly problematic. Why? Why? Why did it have to be 33? 3 rows of 11. Done. 3 rows of 11. It has been determined. We will use exactly 33, and it will be 3 rows of 11. And we're fine on the length. Oh boy. So that one. That one. 1 trit to 7 lard. What do they look like on a belt? We'll see them shortly. There they are. There they are on the belt. These whales. And you could sort of see them. The cubs are not easily spotted on belt. Sadly, they blend in a bit much on the belt. But yeah, they're all sprites are the same size regardless of how big the object they represent. That's just for consistency of throughput, right? It would not be that great of an idea to have things taking up larger spaces on belts. Just for consistency's sake. That would change math dramatically. And you know, one of the interesting parts of things about the English language, if you misspell something, pretty much most native English speakers know exactly what you're trying to say. We just know. what you're trying to say. It's not. Oh, darn you! Darn you and your length. That means I need that there. I don't know.